Dear healthcare professionals and students, welcome to Healthcare Engineering. I am Sumita, a biomedical engineer from Healthcare Engineering team. We are here with amazing presentations to help you in learning new technologies, and we are going to share our knowledge and experiences what we gain from the industry. I strongly believe that all kind of healthcare professionals and students can learn a lot from our YouTube channel and blog by knowing the trends in modern healthcare world. Therefore, I would like to welcome you all to subscribe our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get instant updates of a new informative video. Also, you can visit our blog www.learnbiomedengine.blogspot.com to learn more on the concepts we share in our videos. We can help you out in advertising your healthcare products. We can promote your healthcare events. We can provide technical reviews for your medical devices as well, and many more online supports we provide to boost up your healthcare business. If you are interested to get support from us, please contact our admin to the given mail ID. We are also active in social media platforms Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, WhatsApp, Telegram, and Instagram. Today, we are going to continue our topic with part 3 video of optical coherence tomography. If you missed watching part 1 and part 2 videos, kindly watch it soon and let's get into the topic. Retinoschisis and retinal detachment. The cross-sectional optical coherence tomography image effectively distinguishes retinoschisis from retinal detachment. OCT in retinoschisis demonstrates splitting of the neurosensory retina, which is consistent with known histopathologic separation at the outer plexiform layer. In contrast, optical coherence tomography of a retinal detachment shows separation of full thickness neurosensory retina from the underlying retinal pigment epithelium. Although optical coherence tomography visualization of the peripheral retina is limited, it can also distinguish between components that extend posterior to the equator when clinical examination is equivocal. The next we are looking into the macular edema. Optical coherence tomography has been used to access macular edema secondary to diabetes, retinal vein occlusion, uveitis, epiretinal membrane, and cataract extraction. It is useful for diagnosing macular edema and demonstrating resolution after treatment. The advantages of optical coherence tomography assessment include high accuracy and reproducibility. OCT may be more sensitive than slit lamp biomicroscopy for detecting small changes in retinal thickness. Increased retinal thickness and vision loss may occur in the absence of detectable fluorescent leakage. And the central foveal thickness measured by optical coherence tomography correlates with visual acuity in eyes with diabetic macular edema, and this result was similar to that noted in eyes with epiretinal membranes. Central serous chorioretinopathy. This is characterized by detachments of the neurosensory retina and retinal pigment epithelium secondary to leakage at the level of the retinal pigment epithelium. In central serous chorioretinopathy, optical coherence tomography demonstrates an area of decreased reflectivity between the neurosensory retina and the highly reflective retinal pigment epithelium or choriocapillaris layer corresponding to a neurosensory detachment. In questionable cases of central serous chorioretinopathy, OCT may be able to exclude subretinal neovascularization and other macular disorders. The next one is the age-related macular degeneration. Optical coherence tomography has been used to characterize drusen, retinal pigment epithelium atrophy, neurosensory and retinal pigment epithelium detachments, and SRNV associated with age-related macular degeneration. OCT of isolated argon laser lesions in the primate retina demonstrates early outer retinal high reflectivity with subsequent surrounding low reflectivity that corresponds to the histopathologic findings. OCT has been used to confirm resolution of eye after photodynamic therapy with the photosensitizer tin-ethyl etiopurpurin. The next one is glaucoma. So, the circular optical coherence tomography scans around the optic nerve permit quantitative measurement of nerve fiber layer thickness in different regions around the disc. The cross-sectional nerve fiber layer thickness is determined by computer and correlates with the extent of this red, highly reflective layer at the vitreoretinal interface. OCT measurement of nerve fiber layer thickness correlates with functional status of the optic nerve as measured by visual field examination, and it appears promising as a tool for early diagnosis of glaucoma. Optic nerve head pit. Optical coherence tomography of optic nerve head pits associated with macular pathology reveals prominent cystic outer retinal edema that mimics a schizus cavity. The schizus-like cavity or edematous retina communicates with the optic disc. These images support the hypothesis that fluid from the optic nerve pit enters into the neurosensory retina and that macular detachment develops secondary to a pre-existing schizus-like lesion comprised of severe outer retinal edema. Optic nerve head drusen. Nerve fiber layer thinning has been noted on optical coherence tomography in some eyes with optic nerve head drusen. OCT may evaluate the cross-sectional appearance of optic nerve drusen as well as disorders such as papilledema or glaucoma. Anterior segment abnormalities. Optical coherence tomography of anterior segment structures has not been widely evaluated. Cross-sectional images may evaluate abnormalities in the cornea, angle, and iris. What are the problems and solutions associated with optical coherence tomography? The original optical coherence tomography technology commercially available in 2002 was time domain OCT. This uses an infrared light source with a wavelength of 840 nanometer. Therefore, the speed of imaging was limited by the required movement of a mirror to change the optical path of the reference beam. It has increased wavelength, increased depth, and increased visualization. Macular imaging is made easy with the mounting of optical coherence tomography machine. It a split lamp which has been shown to successfully expand the potential area of retina that can be imaged compared to the range of commercially available OCT devices. OCT is used for clinical decision making and monitoring of many posterior segment diseases based on macular optic nerve and imaging. Until recently, the choroid was not able to be clearly imaged with this technique. New innovations in OCT hardware and software now allow for accurate choroidal thickness measurements. It has deeper tissue penetration and increased signal quality. This also improves the visualization of the choroid and other parts of human eye. Photon scattering influences image formation in OCT. Devices with wavelength range 1000 to 1100 nanometer is used for sub-RPE imaging. Other problems and solutions include it consists of wide field OCT system for enhancing image stability, enhanced depth imaging, high speed scanning, eye tracking system. Doppler OCT enhances blood flow and highlights the blood vessels of human eye. It helps in monitoring chorioretinal diseases. Software modifications, improvements, and efficient data processing are important for effective evaluation of changes in retina and choroid in posterior segment diseases. One of the advancements known as end-phase imaging allows the clinician to visualize three-dimensional data in a fundus projection. It also provides subtle pathological features of the retina, and it also detects different diseases such as diabetic retinopathy and inherited retinal dystrophies, which is expected to delineate in further detail using this OCT technique. So that's all about optical coherence tomography. Please watch both part 1 and part 2 videos for clear details. And to know more about this topic, you can visit our blog www.learnbiomedengine.blogspot.com, and to get business support from us, please contact our admin to the given mail ID. To get in touch with us, you can follow us in any of the social media platforms: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, WhatsApp, Telegram, and Instagram. And the links for these social media platforms will be given in the description below. Thank you for watching.